Okay, let's have our word of prayer. Loving Father, King of glory, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this time, Lord Jesus. We thank you that we're going to start our lesson. Father, Lord, grant us your Holy Spirit. Help us with knowledge, wisdom, plus understanding. Father, may each and everything that we're going to, Father, let it do a success. And above all, Lord, may your will be done. Jesus is my name. Amen.
Okay, thank you so much, Franklin. Yes, I'm calling the last call. Anyone who is going to do the baking, please have your hand raised. Have your hand raised. I want to give you the host rights before we dive into the session. And if at all that is the case, allow me to mute everyone. And then I'm going to disable your microphones. But in case you want to say something, you always raise up your hand and say something. We want to welcome you to this session. Thank you so much for coming, and a good afternoon to everyone. This session is about the baking. You know very well that our curriculum requires someone who is competent, not only with class knowledge, but with also the skills that are needed in the world of work. Having only the knowledge in class is not enough. That is just a third of what we call a complete education. So to have a complete education, you need a skill that you can do apart from just the knowledge you have in class. So that's why now we want to integrate these skills. We want to teach you also these skills such that at least everyone can be able to do something after your school. After school, our next question we should always ask ourselves, what will I be able to do with all what I have gathered in the years I've been at school? And therefore, that's why we want that every holiday we learn at least one skill, however small it may be. By the end of the 3-4 years, at least we shall be somewhere. I want to welcome you once again and to welcome all the teachers that are on the call, and also all the students from the different parts of the country. We understand you may not have all the materials with you, and I know most of you would have wanted to do the baking, but you may not have all the materials. But note the steps that they are going to be taking. For each step, at least pick something. We shall be applying this knowledge when it comes to ratios and proportions in math. It would be very applicable. For those doing food and nutrition, it's going to be applicable, and even other employable skills, and mainly people who are going to be doing the DIT. At this juncture, allow me now to welcome our teacher to start off with the session. Our teacher, you are most welcome, Teacher Ruth. Teacher Ruth?
Yes.
Okay, you are most welcome.
Thank you. I invite you all who have been able to join in. Today we are having a baking lesson, and I'm going to be taking you through as a facilitator. So I'm going to start, before I have my video on, I'm going to start with the basic rules of baking. The basic rules that we need. We have first, what is baking, or who is a baker? This is a person who is able to make elementary cakes and pastries, e.g. queen cakes, cookies, non-filled and filled pastries, yeast products, and desserts. And under baking, we have cakes and cookies, pastries, yeast products, desserts, and entrepreneurial skills. I think those who do this as their DIT can actually relate. So we have our ingredients, those who have them on table. As you look at these ingredients, first, that margarine that you see, whether the Prestige or Blue Band, it gives the cake a good taste and a crumbly texture. It is used as a shortening agent, meaning that it prevents the cake from becoming too hard. And then sugar is added to give a sweet taste to the cake. but also helps in preserving the cake or keeping the cake for long. It can also be used for icing the cakes, for decoration, coloring, and also to prevent oxidation. Wheat flour, or what we call all-purpose flour, has gluten and it's elastic. It gives the cake shape or the framework, and it is the main ingredient in cakes. It contains a protein called gluten, which is capable of stretching due to its elastic nature, thus allowing the increase in the size of the cake. And then that flavoring, we agreed on vanilla essence. It may be in powder or some other form, which is liquid. So we have, it gives a cake a nice aroma, which contributes the taste of the cake. And lastly, or second last, or third last, baking soda or baking powder helps to increase the size of the cake by including carbon dioxide. And then it may be produced in cake, carbon dioxide may be produced in cakes by adding this baking soda. Then the eggs provide liquid and enrich the cake. More eggs are used during creaming to trap enough air, which is used as a raising agent. And lastly, liquids. The amount of liquid needed depends on the number of eggs used. The liquid can either be milk or water, and this is added to soften the mixture. So we are going to use a certain method of cake making called creaming. And let me share my video. So I hope we are together. Okay, now I can introduce myself. I'm sorry. So my name is Namakula Ruth. I go to Mengo Senior School, and I'm going to take you. Sorry. My name is Namakula Ruth. I go to Mengo Senior School. I'm going to take you through a simple cake, queen cake recipe, and we're going to use a creaming method. When I talk about creaming, I mean mixing fat and sugar. But first, before we go on, there is another key rule that we have to follow. You have to have a headgear and then this apron. In this apron, you have the personal equipment, like I can have a hanky in, and your apron shows how clean you are. That's why most cooks are going to have a white aprons, unlike nowadays, well, where you find people with orange aprons and just to make a brand, but a white one shows how clean you are. Your nails have got to be short, and then yes, you're going to have what? Clean hands. So I'm going to wash my hands for the second time, and then I proceed with starting. What else? I'll talk about the faults common as of right now. Okay, first we have our oven here. We have our materials that we're going to use. I'm going to first have these. I told you all to have your grater. Then this is our oven. I'm going to also illustrate a local oven. It's the one I advise us to have, but you can also use any other. So it's fun. And then this is my sugar. Okay, this is the all-purpose flour. I also advise us to have such flour that is all-purpose flour, that is well labeled. I advise us to use it most times because has many impurities. You're going to notice that when you're sieving. So you might see, sorry, it's a plastic one. Some may have a metallic one. So I hope you go with me, but these are the nice cups that I was talking about. This one. These carry 400 grams of what? 400 grams of flour. We're going to use flour and sugar. And a tablespoon, a teaspoon. This is baking powder. I usually use a brand of Chapa Mandashi. And then margarine, Prestige. I prefer Prestige, though it adds on, because it adds on the vanilla taste in the queen cakes, but the normal margarine used for baking is Blue Band original, not the low part Blue Band. Then the lemon, a well green one, well washed. Flour, this, I prefer the latter ones because I already measured 50, 50, and 50, 150 grams of milk. Then my medium-sized eggs, as you can see, they are this size. I think I'll remove them when I'm showing us, but let me be a little quick. So this is the size of the medium size what? Eggs, not the very small ones, not the very big ones. Okay, 5 of them, and not 2. There was a missing already. This one is going to be for greasing. This one will be for greasing. It's already used, as you can see. So, okay, I'm not telling us to use that for home, but I put on the side for greasing these pans. So now that takes me to this baking tin. I have these 3 that were for us. You purchase them from a cake shop. Yes, it's a cake shop. This one. And then this is a muffin pan, but it cannot work because you're going to place it in your baking cups for the queen cakes. I really want to make it going to have. And these ingredients, I'm making approximately 30 cakes. This is my vanilla essence. What do you think? Okay, Pradeep has advised the logo went over, but I'm going to first finish this one. And it is this, looks like this vanilla essence. I prefer the liquid one because I'm able to measure. If you have a powder, then you're going to just estimate half a teaspoon to mix. So this containers I'll use for egg mixing and for lemon juice. The lemon juice will be the preservative, this rest potassium sulfate. I don't have it here, but I don't bring it. The whisk, I'll use it at rare cases, but it those who have for me to handle. And those who have the electric whisk can also use it when cooking. Yes, that is it for the ingredients. That is it for the ingredients. And I'm going to kickstart. Let me hope I've not left anyone behind. So first, what do we do first when we are baking? I don't know space. So you switch on your oven and you preheat. Before anything else, you preheat to 120. Sorry, this one is showing now. So this part is for, okay, I'm now on this one for up and down heating. And then I'll preheat to 180 degrees Celsius. So it's heating up. So because I want to use it. Yes. So then I get my saucepan.
Ruth?
Actually, a towel. Yes.
Let's first find out whether the people doing it practically have also done the preheating.
Okay. Okay, now for that. Should I first handle those people?
Yes, first we need to find out.
Those using the charcoal stove?
Oh, yes, also.
Okay, let me move out and handle it. Let me first switch off my oven because I'm not yet setting mixing. Okay. Remove, switch off the video.
So now they are going to take us through the second process. So the first one is using that electric oven. but as well, we can use the charcoal stove. So those who are going to use the charcoal stove, also let's pay attention such that we at least we learn both methods. We need to learn both methods such that we are there. But I'm asking people who are doing it practically, kindly have your hand raised. Have your hand raised such that we give you the rights, such that you can be able to ask your question whenever you have a question. Those doing it practically, raise up your hand, and then, yes, we can use a charcoal stove. We can use a charcoal stove. I want to ask those people who are doing it practically, raise up your hand such that we give you, okay. Okay, Shannon is here. Such that we move on the same pace. Okay. Shan't, it is okay, and Shannon? Hope there are not questions. Shannon, is it a question? And Shanti, oh, it is fine. Okay. So she wants to show us how you can use the charcoal stove in case you don't have an oven. How do you use a charcoal stove? Because that is the second option. Ruth, are we ready?
Okay, let me hope. Not yet. Let me first make sure that your charcoal stove is well lit. There are some who are going to just start lighting, but I'm going to just show you the procedure as you light. Let's have this. Okay. So let me hope we are seeing. This is nice. I prefer this one. Though most of you can use. My charcoal stove is not on because I may use the what? The oven. It's getting done out. But I use this one. They call it the Katwe saucepan, the hard one of the hard body, but you can use the other one. The disadvantage with the other charcoal, with the other saucepan, the aluminum one, is that when you use it after 2 times, it gets what? It gets a hole at the bottom due to excessive heat. So you're going to get lake sand and put this amount. Lake sand, but it's almost just estimating. Let me see. I can't really measure, but you estimate. You make sure that when you do like this, just a slight do, you cannot see the bottom of the saucepan. So this one is a little much. So that, and then you have your entire charcoal dust that you put on top. Charcoal dust that you put at the top. Mine is not playing with that. Okay, that as long as it covers. Those who can use the as you can use so that hands don't get this, especially if you have long nails. Mine are short, so by the time I cleanliness, since we're not going to use gloves, but if you also have surgical gloves, please wear them after for the baking purpose. So I have a handful, then I spray another one this side. So approximately 3 handfuls for every inclusive feature that you've seen. We have the sand, 3 handfuls, charcoal dust, 3 handfuls, and then the ash, 3 handfuls. So when it's like this, you level, and then you get your cake tins, and then you put them in like this. But now I'm going to get my cover, and I place it like this, so that it hits, and we go and bake. So as you're baking, you're going to pick, you have to have another stove that you've already lit, so that you put some fire, burning charcoal on top, so that it also heats up the top of the cake mixture that you have. There is charcoal under, and there is also charcoal on top. That's basically what I have for that. For those using the local oven, a charcoal stove. Yes. Now follow me back. I'm going to make sure we wash our hands. Those who have used hands like me, I forgot to put on to proceed. We are back to continue with baking. I advise us to have 2 towels. So I have this one for cleaning, and then this one for my hands, for drying the hands. So we can't mix. Cleanliness is the basis, so that you can bake the right thing. So we have that. So I'm going to start. I don't know if we can unmute, but just in case you have a problem, please raise your hand. I'm going to try to follow. Trishila, what do you have to say? Okay.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I got my Terry. Terry.
You're not so clear.
Not clear.
Yes.
Let me check in the chat if it's the thing. I think it's your network, because it's like that. Okay. I'm being hard. So I've got this cup back. This is the Tampeco cup that we mean. Let's look carefully at these cups. They are different. This cup weighs 500 grams. This one is 400 grams. And in our measurements, we have 200 grams of sugar. Since time is not by our side, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take back my oven to 180, so that it heats up. And I'm going to start. Sugar, make sure you have your sugar measure. Those who have these nice cups, please follow, or let me use a tablespoon. 1, 2, and then away a beam balance. I think it's easier for you. So we have 2 tablespoons. 3. 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think that's enough. So 7 tablespoons. Wait, is it half or 8? 200, right? 200. 8. That one will be 8 tablespoons because the sugar may go through. Let's have 8 tablespoons for those who don't have the cups. And then here we're going to have, okay, first we'll pour, get your margarine. Margarine. So you have margarine, and put your margarine in this saucepan here that you have. I prefer stainless steel because it won't give off any, and I prefer metallic because plastic peels off as you work. This is 1 tablespoon. These are 2. They're supposed to be 5, 3, 4, then 5. This one is not very full. Shell. 5.
Ruth, estimate for them the grams.
Don't leave anything in this. Yes?
Estimate
These are
for them the
250 grams of
250 grams. It is okay, Ruth. 250
yes.
grams of margarine.
We called 5 tablespoons for those who have excess than this. So you clean. Otherwise, if you don't, you're reducing these grams. Reducing the grams. Meanwhile, I hope we have all preheated our ovens. And those with stoves, I hope the stove is picking up and then So we have the sugar in. Sugar, we pour in little by little. Please follow. So you do this. I'm using a mingling stick, which is this. The other mingling sticks that have a smaller holding capacity, but it can get hard for you to bear because you're making a lot of energy. So I use this with such a width so that I can be able to reduce. So you don't have to slower to all the corners to crush the sugar. It becomes a liquid. So as I said, we have to be cleaning all we do. Then follow a certain pattern. So I add in my sugar. Still that. If the complaints, please raise your hand so that you can hear from me. So you go on cleaning your pan before you move on. So using some. Okay, Trishila, what's your question?
How many grams of sugar did you use?
200 grams of sugar.
And margarine, 250.
Yes.
Pardon?
200 grams of sugar and 250 grams of margarine. Okay, so I move on. Still, we're adding the sugar. So this is why we call this creaming, because it forms a creamy texture. And we're going to do this until this cream and this turns into white. Okay, any other hand up? Patricia?
Did you put the fat in the hot dish?
Did I put the fat in the whole dish?
I mean in the hot dish.
No,
or
it does
you wait for it to cool down?
Oh, you're using butter. Are you using butter?
No, Prestige.
Patricia? No, I don't wait for it to cool down unless it's in liquid form. But we had our Prestige at room temperature and stored it here. Okay, so someone was asking if we use a whisk. I don't think we're going to use a whisk at this point because we need a lot of energy. Unless you're talking about an electric whisk. If it's an electric whisk, please go on. Though you are okay. For those who have an electric whisk, kindly use that. And you're going to switch it on as you do your hand like this, rolling through. And Perpetua, what's your question? As I continue with those who are proceeding. Okay, so, sorry, add the rest of the sugar. Add the rest of the sugar in. Add the rest of the sugar. Okay, so I proceed. I hope we have all our sugar in the mixture, and then we are continuing to mix. Continuing to what? To mix what we are not using, we put it away. And then we proceed with our mixture. So you're going to heat towards the side of the saucepan. That's why I don't advise us, and most bakers don't advise you to use plastic, because as you heat towards the walls of the plastic, you can actually break it. So heat, you're going to beat and beat with your strength. Make sure that everything is beat. And as it keeps on moving here on the walls, you get it down like this. Then you heat again, a little slower. It's changing color. If you notice, you must have noticed that your color has, the color of your mixture has changed from the normal Prestige color to this other color that we have due to the mixture of sugar. So as you heat, it must turn to creamish white. It may not be pure white like this, but it must turn white. I hope I'm continuing to mix. If you have someone near you, please ask them to help, because this takes a lot of energy. So we continue.
Ruth, as you are continuing, Ruth?
Yes?
As you are continuing, we want also to see what others are doing. So
let me mute as I continue.
Yes, as you continue to make your cream thing. Yes, Perpetua, unmute.
Thank you, teacher, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to ask you, is there any other alternative of mixing? Like, if possible, can I mix by heating? I heat the sugar and then together with the margarine.
Ruth?
Again.
Repeat or ask again.
Is there any other alternative of mixing? Like, I can heat the sugar together with the margarine and then I mix, other than the passing through this manual mingling.
So Petra, you want to mix your margarine, sugar, and the rest all in one saucepan?
Sugar and margarine in one saucepan through heating.
Then you heat.
Yes.
Don't try.
Okay.
It's not hard work though. That I advise that you use 250 grams because it's a bit easier to use.
Okay, let's hear from Susan. Susan, unmute.
I was asking, have you yet put the eggs?
Susan, are you baking also?
Yes.
Okay, let me make a co-host. Not yet, Susan. Not yet, Susan. Susan, can you turn on your video and you show us how far you have gone? Those who are baking, please have your videos on, such that at least you show us how far. Susan, you can have your video on. Where is the Trisha, Shanti, Shannon? You can have your videos on. Susan, you can unmute and you show us your video. Elio Einstein, okay. Okay, let us see Shanti. Let me spotlight you. Okay, perfect. That is Shanti. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, let us, Patricia, have your video on. Okay, I want to spotlight Patricia. What is, oh, Patricia, have your video on again. Patricia, have your video on such that we see what you are doing. Please, Patricia. Okay. Patricia, okay. That is good, Patricia. Thank you. Let us see, have we seen Shannon? I think we have also seen Shannon. That is Shannon. Okay, that is good. Thank you, Shannon, for that. Okay. I think, Ruth, we can continue. Thank you, Shannon. Ruth, we continue.
Let me first have a look at people's videos.
Oh, okay.
People's videos are off.
Okay, they have turned them on, but Shannon's video is still on. Shanti's video. Let me spotlight Shanti. Anyone doing baking practical, please have your video on. You can have, Patricia, you can have yours also on.
Let me see. Shannon, are you mixing or you're tired?
I'm mixing. I'm so mixing.
Okay. So the rest you could.
Oh, who's sharing? Susan. Susan, stop sharing. Susan, have you seen your video? You wanted to show us? Susan, just start your video.
I'm trying, but it refuses.
Your video?
Yes.
Are you saying I'm asking you to start your video?
Yes, so I press start, but it doesn't work.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, but take some photos. Okay. Okay, we go back now to Ruth. Okay, thank you, everyone. Now we are going back to Ruth. Okay.
Okay, so now you have to make sure that your mixture has turned to this creamy kind. But for us to proceed, it must be leaking properly. If you've been mixing together with me that method that I told you, like this, move your hand in this form, like this to the corner, so that you can be able to crush the sugar properly. So it's the mixture, the color is changing, if you can see, and then it's becoming a little more liquid and more than it has been. So if you remember, my Prestige was covering this area, but now it's moving because the sugar is breaking down these molecules of what? Of Prestige. One fact about this is that the more you heat, let me call it heating, the more you mix with all your strength, the number of cakes produced depends on the energy you used while heating or while mixing this fat and sugar. So if you stop at this and then proceed with adding the dry ingredients, then you have few cakes. So I'm going to move on a little. Let me check my time here. It's 2:53. Let's do this until 3 o'clock so that we have a perfect mood.
Okay, Ruth, I've seen Susan, first have your video on. I've seen your thing is not yet creamy. Okay, I don't know that Ruth, you are looking at Susan. Shannon, I don't know that you're looking at Susan, and there is a way. Let me first spotlight. Ruth, are we safe?
We are. Wait. Let her continue. She's using an electric whisk. For those who don't know if that is how it is. So Susan, let me hook your whisk is on. Do it while moving round in your mixture. So you switch it on and you continue. I hope you didn't put much sugar. I don't know why your mixture is that way. It's not that creamy as mine, yet I'm using a mingling stick. A mixer should have given you a right consistency by now because it's fast. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's have her videos. So let's, whose screen? Mr. Kaziba, I request that Susan's screen is on.
Okay.
so that we have who? We have the ones using the mingling stick and also the what?
Okay, let me add here. Okay.
Okay, so you do it a little slower because it's starting now to do what? To splash. Because it's getting a little more cream. You can notice. 5 more minutes remaining. We'll continue.
Even the rest that are baking, please have your videos on such that we can put you on one screen. Everyone baking, Shanti, Trishla, Shannon, have your videos also on. Alison, Favor, are you also baking? Hannah, are you baking?
No,
Chris?
not now.
Okay.
I'm not baking.
Okay. I want to let me add the Shanti. Trishla, Shannon, have also your video on, okay, such that I add you to one screen. Patricia, good. Who else? Anyone doing the baking, have your video on, such that we put you on one screen. Okay, that's how your friends are enjoying.
There are 4 minutes remaining. Mine is already changing color. I hope we can see. It was yellow as a normal, but now it's cream white. Continue. 2 minutes non-stop. Those who have been ready on until we finish. Is it 1 minute? There are 2 more. It's a bit tiresome. It's like, but anyway, some of us have done this a little multiple times, so we get used. After all, it's like a mixture. And then someone tells that they need about 60 cakes. That's when you can. That's why most people opt for an electric whisk, so that they can do this a little faster, because this takes a lot of time. It consumes a lot of energy. So you continue as you pick the ones on the side. The one using the electric whisk, have a spoon aside to continue picking those at the side, so that you have mixing all that. Okay. So we proceed. How many minutes remaining? How many are those? 1 minute. And when it clocks 3, I'm going to ask that your videos are on, because we have to make a follow-up. We cannot all just continue. We could have started at great time. Right. Slowly, because now this is free. Time. It's already time. And me, I have progress with my mixture. Okay, so Shannon is using an electric whisk. Okay. He's using an electric whisk. Let me check any person. So the person has a video on. Patricia. Let me see. Okay, where is Patricia? Patricia is on. Who else has their video on? Okay. I think we now proceed. My mixture is this, and it runs down well. So I'm going to take another last one with my old string to have the remaining sugar particles well crushed.
Ruth, I have spotted another one.
Yes.
Gilbert. We have other people. Gilbert also show us. Gilbert, I saw Gilbert. Okay.
Gilbert. Gilbert, Aliwa. Gilbert. I don't think I see him.
He's down there. Gilbert Rex. I think.
No. Okay, you first spotlight his.
I have spotlighted him.
And I see.
It is spotlighted. Okay, maybe let me first remove and I leave him alone. Okay, let me. I sing him. Look. Kayondo, are you also baking? So Ruth, let me hope you have seen him.
Seen his video. His screen, I'm not seeing him, but I hope I will see him as we.
Okay, let me spotlight.
Proceed. I have him pinned, but I'm okay.
You are not seeing
now
the video. Okay.
Let me just hope he has a good mixture.
Okay, I'm spotlighting him again.
Right.
What about now, Ruth? Gilbert, have your video on first. Okay, Ruth, we can continue.
I can't see. Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed. Here, this is what you give a creamy texture like this. Now, when I do it like this cream should pour that way, like that. Should be like so, like that. Okay, that is enough. Next, we're going to have our let's have eggs. And before you go on, let's hope no one, I hope no one has yet beaten eggs. So have a side. a plate. Get one of your eggs. So they say medium size is this one. There is a larger size, there is a smaller size. But if you went to the shop and bought these, they are good. You are good to go. Those who are the big ones, I think we can use 3 eggs here. Those are the small ones. 7 eggs can do. The very small ones, smaller than these round. So get this, do it aside because sometimes these eggs have faults. They have the dirt, like you see this one also that I've cut in as this dirt. So I get it out. Get it out. Let me use this one. See. Okay, and then another egg. I don't know. First beat this one. Whisk it. Those were whisks. Me, I have a big whisk. Let me hope we have beat 1 egg at a time. 1 egg at a time. 5 eggs in total. So I beat it properly. I'm going to be
Ruth, there is a question. Let's first hear from Marina Telly.
Excuse me, can you separate the egg yolk from the egg white?
Can we do what? Can I do what?
Separate the egg yolk from the egg white.
Terry. No, that's going to take a lot of time. We need both the egg yolk and the egg white. Where we need an egg white is when we are icing. Maybe when the lesson is ending, but we're not going to ice. These are being cakes. So you just beat everything, the egg yolk and the egg white together, and make sure they are well beat and pour in and mix. Pour in as you mix, as I hear from Susan, and the other hand is so you beat slowly. It's supposed to form like spoiled milk. So
I'm asking how many eggs are we putting?
We're using 5 medium-sized eggs. And then if you have the very, very big ones, you use 3. Then those who are very, very, very small eggs, you're going to use 7 eggs. What makes it a queen cake is that it also uses a number of eggs. Instead of using water to make it a liquid, we use eggs, which is the main liquid that is used here. So this gives it a fine taste and a fine texture. So you beat. I think this one is already done because of time. We hit another egg.
Okay. Susan asked. Susan, unmute. Susan, you can unmute.
I was asking how many eggs are we using?
For eggs, Susan, she has said you can use 3 in case you have those big ones. The medium eggs, you need 5, and then the small ones, you need 7.
Okay, so you have to follow instructions. Those are medium sizes, and I think that is the normal size of eggs. Use 5, and then those who are not sure, use 5. But if you have the very, very big eggs, use 3 so that you have a fine mixture. I hope we are together so that we don't make a spoiled cake. So we beat from a side. You can actually beat an egg and it's spoiled. That is why we beat from a side and then pour in to confirm that this egg is fine. If we beat and pour in, if we just crack the egg and pour it in, you can have a spoiled cake all together. So now the second egg goes in. I mix a little faster, just like this, not beating onto the side. James, what do you have to say?
James,
why don't you beat all the eggs at once?
it's going to be hard for you to mix. When you do all of them at once, remember, exposed milk. So the egg, let me call it the water of the egg is going to be floating on top here, and you're going to end up thinking of pouring it out here. Just one at a time. Though we want to set time, let's do this together. So now it's coming whiter, those who are seeing and following. The third egg. And this one is also dirty. This one is dirty.
Okay, Shannon, let me hope we're on the same page. Shanti, Trishla, hope we're on the same page.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Perfect.
Yes, so this is the third. Then I'm going to go a little fast so that I can have the fourth and then the fifth. Okay, the fourth. My fourth egg is clean, so I'm just going to beat it in. Then I beat my fifth egg and put it aside because of time. It's also clean. So I beat it and wait. Don't pour it in. So let's finish this one. I already poured in. Now the mixture is getting a little of flood-like structures because of the egg that's holding onto the mixture. Okay, so we pour in the last one, and you're going to notice that there is a difference. Okay, Mariana, the milk has not yet been put in. We are still handling the wet ingredients. We are working on cream cakes. We do first the wet ingredients. If you people have noticed, apart from water, something last, and the vanilla essence will also come in. So, need to be a bit so all our mixtures look like that. If you can see, is the right way to look like. Let's have what else? Let's finish this. Have the dirty stuff away. The dirty stuff away. So I put in this. I'm going to have another container. I told them 2 containers. Another ingredients. Let's go. Dry ingredients. First, we give to it. Because that means I need to let the companies is ways, but it means that we can it's all compass. So now I'm measuring. This is my tampico. I'm not using the next, I'm using the bigger one. Let me try to use tablespoons because there are some who don't have cups. So you first listen. Those who don't have cups and are using tablespoons, you're going to listen Let me get another tablespoon because the other is dirty so that I can measure. So we're using this one, not this one. It's this that we're using. Better have your baking powder close because it's the next ingredient you're going to put in, and then your latto, your milk close, a powdered milk. Those using liquid milk, I'm going to help you out. First put in your milk. Okay, so one, a well-heaped one. Let me hope we're all seeing. A well-heaped one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think those are 9. Let's have a 10 half like this. So 9.5 spoons will do for us. So you sieve, make sure you sieve this. You're sieving the flour, make sure it goes through. So as we sieve, this is how they're coming out. They're not as fine crystals. I've told you flour has impurities, depending on how these wholesale or retail shoppers are handling. So you sieve this way slowly because it may sprinkle out. Trishila, what is the problem?
Can I please get the flour in grams?
The flour? Sorry, I left you people out. The flour is 500 grams, are the ones we are having. So if you notice, the margarine is a half the flour.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so why I use this cup, this measures 500 grams, as I told you. Then the nice one, this nice cup made by nice of plastic, that's why you call it nice, measures 400. But this one is bigger than this one. You see. Okay, so in actual sense, there are 10 tablespoons for this flour that are required. So these residues I pour away. Those that have refused to sieve, I'm not going to force them. So I have them away. I make sure all my measured requirements are here. So I said 10, let me add this. Since we had 9.5, let's have 10 tablespoons. Whose hand is up? James.
James, unmute.
Sir, which liquid are they sieving in, and why are they sieving? Why are they sieving the flour?
James, are you also baking? First, unmute. James, are you baking?
No, I'm not baking, but I'm following the procedure.
Okay, okay. Ruth, you can let us know.
Yes.
Ruth,
So
did you pick the question?
where we sieve? When
Yes.
sieve, yes, I had it. When we sieve, we are enabling this to spread in. You can see it has become, when you look at this, there are many particles that are solid like. But when we sieve, it becomes like fine grain. The dirtiness that could be in, never trust anything. So make sure sieve. So we do this from or any other any other brand. We have a tablespoon. Well leveled. Don't heap the tablespoon. Don't heap the tablespoon. We're going to have a tablespoon. Tablespoon. We had let's have this well leveled. Make sure it's well leveled. If it's not, you add a little. Well leveled tablespoon. That is my well leveled one. It has no heap. It's not heaped at all. So, still my sieve is the yogurt. I place and I sieve. Please don't forget to put in the baking powder, because baking powder is the actual thing that brings about its raising. So these you crush from here. Don't force them in, but crush. Then and there we go. There, not mixing, latto in next. A latto should go in next. Let's have a chop up baking powder back in its box. I hope I'm keeping because someone is going to hold for me here. Very open the latto. I open the latto. The first one, 50 grams. So those who have latto in the quantities use 150. And we're going to use, I need to measure. I think this is a tablespoon of latto. So there are 3 tablespoons of latto that we have used. Slowly. Let me do so. So you see the first tablespoon for the first 50 grams of latto. Then, can I have a second one? Let us see the second one. So the milk gives it a nice taste. If you don't take milk, then you're going to miss out on this cake. It's not that, it's optional, those who don't want milk. So, Shannon, your hand is up.
If you're using a liquid milk, how much should you use?
Just wait. For the liquid milk, I'm going to tell you when to use it. Don't first use it. Have your flour and baking powder used. Once I talk about water, you're going to use milk instead for those who have liquid milk. So please just wait a bit. And then next hand, Shannon, your hand is still up. Okay, Pedepetwa.
Yes, thank you, Namakula. Now, is it optional to use the powder milk, or it is a must that I must use it?
The water milk.
The powdered milk, the latto.
To use it, you can use the liquid milk, or you can use the powdered milk. As long as it's milk, or if it has in milk. But if you're allergic to milk, then if you've already had your milk in the mixture, then you're going to miss out.
So it means that if I have now the liquid milk, I can leave out this powdered milk, and then I wait at the stage of adding in the liquid milk.
You have both types of milk.
Like, okay, my concern is if I decide to use the powder milk, is it okay to leave out the liquid milk? Or if I decide to use the liquid milk, I can leave out the powder milk?
Choose one, use one option so that you can have the right thing.
Okay.
Okay, so get your spoon and mix like this. I think we've already finished the milk time. Just do this and make sure your mixture so slowly. Let's have it perfectly mixed. Those who trust their hands, you can use your hands. But it's not advisable when someone wants to buy your product, they should never find you using your hands. That's why those people who bake use this for healthy benefits. Okay, so I think I've mixed properly. One other thing you have to note when you're baking, don't taste. Yes, the things are sweet, but don't over, as long as you're going to have taste of your product. Okay. It's almost 3:30. Now, this is what we call dry ingredients, and this is what we call our wet ingredients in baking or in cooking. Yes, so now you have to be attentive as we listen to this. So we're going to go step by step. Where is my spoon? You pour in tablespoon by tablespoon as you mix. About 2 only, then you mix. Let me hope we are open. Kindly, if not, just raise your hand. I'll pause and then listen to you. So this mixture is going to get harder, and you're going to spoiled milk mixture that looks like a spoiled milk. So Mr. Bell.
Is it a must to put milk?
What is your... Is it a must to do what? To put milk?
Yes, that was the question.
I think it's a must to put milk, but you can put, according to the recipe that I gave, or that I have, milk is required to give it a good taste. I think milk should be put unless you are allergic to it. So those with their liquid milk, please keep it. Don't first put in. I'm going to tell you where to put it. So 2 tablespoons per time as you mix. Don't use a lot of force.
Marina, you can ask. Tell me.
Another hand. Okay.
Yes, Terry's hand was up.
Okay. You proceed. The mixture is becoming hard and heavier. And that, so you continue mixing. It's a little tiresome, but you test this tiresome from this tiredness from your product. So make sure you don't leave anything at the side, and you make sure you are careful not to pour stuff down because you're reducing the grams. Little. Another person may ask why it will form balls. Well, I don't know, I've forgotten the word in Uganda. It will form balls that will be hard to break down. As when you're cooking posho, when you're mingling posho, there are those balls that form when you're putting less flour. That is what will form if you pour in oil. So you can see the air spaces, lamps, curry. Those are the right one. James, yes?
James, unmute.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry I've been left behind about about how much is baking. How much baking should we add before?
Pardon?
I'm saying how much baking is added there.
James, are you baking practically?
No, but I'm following. I was only left behind a bit.
Okay.
How much baking?
I don't know.
What do you mean by?
I mean the baking powder.
You mean baking powder?
Yeah.
Okay, we used 1 tablespoon of baking powder. A very well leveled one. Don't heap it.
Okay.
Okay, it's becoming a little heavier. Let's add in the last tablespoon. James, Dara.
Madam, like, can you add in more spices?
You add in, but my recipe does not have spices. I think spices were supposed to be added in the dry ingredients. Right now, it has reached here. I don't know, but add in at least one. I don't know. I cannot really measure the spices that you have, but according to my recipe, it's not there. So you're adding at your own risk. I really don't have experience in spices, like the turmerics and the rest. Yes, Suzanne?
Susan, unmute.
How about the syrup?
Which one? The chocolate syrup?
Chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry?
First way to add that one. We're going to use vanilla. First way to put that. Okay, my mixture is a little hard. It must flow, but mine is hard and that will form hard. Okay, so I'm going to get water. I'm going to get, let's have 200 grams of water. For those who have, even if it's, okay, let's use boiled water for safety reasons, but unboiled could also work because I'm going to bake this. It is hard, it must flow properly, remain like this. So I'm going to add in very little. Mine is flowing. Are we seeing it? But slowly. So I'm going to just put very little, but yours is very stagnant and does not flow. You will do. So I have my water, 200 grams, it's half. Little, a drop. If you want to measure, kind of let's measure. Sorry, there's even one. Let's measure, that's 1. Then 2. First those, you put at a time. Now about milk. I hope you're with me. Let me hope you're not putting water in. But if you're putting, kindly add your milk little by little so that you have this mixed liquid. Those who have liquid milk and those who use powdered like me, we're using water. So if you have a hard mixture like mine, that's when you're adding this liquid. If you have a hard mixture like mine, this meant that the eggs were not enough to give it a good flow. Mine is like this. Let me see. It's not flowing that well. Okay, I add more into. So now this just requires common sense. You may not follow me because I may have a different mixture from yours. So you just use a little common sense and then Patricia, your hand is up.
Which extent? Okay, flowing. Okay, which extent of flowing is it?
Patricia, maybe. Patricia, let's those Ruth, I suggest that those who are doing it practically, let them have their videos on such that everyone shows us how far they have gone. So we are going to spotlight them. So, Ruth, are you not saying for Patricia?
Let me see. Okay, for Patricia. Yes. Why can't I see? I can only see your screen, by the way.
Mine?
Unless... Okay, yes, we can see. Okay, Patricia, I'm going to add water. If you use powdered milk, please add in water so that your mixture is like mine. You see how smooth it is. Yours is hard. So add in little water, little water. If you use powdered milk, if you use liquid milk, if you're going to use liquid milk, please use that to make it better. Doris, Susan, unmute.
Is it supposed to flow to the extent of dropping?
Yes, the way you see mine. Mine is dropping. That is how it's supposed to be. It should drop. So once your mixture does that, without you forcing it to, it drops like this. Once your mixture does this, and flows, after you fetching a little, and it flows
Susan,
without you.
Ruth, are you looking at
Yes,
Susan?
Susan, okay. I can see it. Susan's is perfect.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Okay.
Shannon is also perfect. That's good. Sorry, that's not Gilbert. I thought it was. Okay, for Susan, it's good. Then also Shannon. Shannon, that's enough. I think you shouldn't add any more. Okay, those who are together with me, we are proceeding. We have a lemon.
Okay.
Because of time, let me get my grater. Let's hope we have it. And we use this other one. Where? The other small dish. Where is it? Okay, let me just grate. I'm going to grate this lemon, half of it. When I say half, I mean this part that you're seeing. Half of the lemon, we're grating this zest. When I say zest, I mean the cover. But as we grate, we are grating the green part. We are not grating to see the part. This one, not this one. Small, just this on top. That's on top. Into your mixture, just hoping your lemon is well washed. So you change after adding this. After adding this part, change. Now you do any other part. So let's have it well grated until all this part is covered. And we need a knife. So that And okay, bring my computer. I hope you have done so. I'm racing against time. So this very half that you've grated on, you're going to squeeze out the juice. Squeeze out the juice. It should make a tablespoon. So I'm going to get off my tablespoon. Where is it? And I have the juice on. I remove these seeds. A tablespoon, and then I put in for preservation. So I pour it in. So then you mix. Mix. And after that, the aroma should be coming out. After mixing, you have put in 1 tablespoon lemon juice. Then after that, we have I hope it's done. Unmute. Okay, so those who have this is vanilla essence. Pradeep is the one which I prefer using, a brand of Pradeep. Vanilla essence is what I'm going to use according to this recipe. So you pour from a side so it does not pour a lot in the cake. 1 cover, and then you drop it in this way. And then you cover. So you mix. You just mix normally, like you'd mix porridge. Okay, so our time is it's going. I think those are ingredients needed. Those are the ones needed according to our recipe. Let me have our recipe and look at it to make sure.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I can't see your screen.
Okay, let me share. I think let me share.
Yes, I'm spotlighting. Trishi, are you seeing it now?
No,
I still can't see.
You want a screen, not you share the screen so that people can see now where we are.
I share.
That very part of the the file.
Oh, okay, let me share it.
So you take your dirty things away. And as he shares the screen, let me hope I'm Taylor. Let me hope I'm being seen. You follow with my video. So I have this. Okay, procedure. We are our 0.6. Grate in half the zest of the lemon. Gently fold in the flour with metallic to a soft dropping consistency. And then if the mixture is thick, we have added in water. We have put our preservative. Our preservative, you didn't know, is that tablespoon of lemon. It's going to
Ruth?
I'm sorry, I had jumped off, but I was saying bake in a hot oven. So we're putting a tablespoonful of, not yet. Now we're going to do the second last bullet in that very one that has been highlighted for us. So pour a tablespoonful of a mixture. Make sure your oven is still heated and your sigil is still on. Have someone add in charcoal so that you can continue. Your stove is still on. So whose hand is up? Your hands are up, Trishila. What do you have to say, James and Terry, before I move on?
No, it's okay. I was saying that I wasn't seeing your screen.
Okay, please lower your hand then I can ask Terry, Patricia.
Okay, and adding the vanilla incense. Can I also add strawberry? Or will whatever go wrong?
You see, when you add all that, you're making a cocktail cake. And we want to have it vanilla flavored. Maybe try, but it's going to give you a certain kind of taste which may not be definite.
Okay.
Unless you want to experiment, do it, but use one cover still.
One cover full.
Remember, you already have lemon, you already have vanilla. Again, you're going to add strawberry.
I've not added vanilla.
You've not used strawberry then.
Okay, one full cover.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. James? James, please unmute. Our time is fast spent. Okay, I'm going to proceed with my video on. Am I being seen? Okay. I have my cup. Okay, let me first clean my area. I clean first, I clean up. I'll also have down well, sorry. The lemon, have it also aside. And eat it. That one you'll eat when you're done. For those who eat the lemons. Okay. We have this, a muffin pan. This one. And we have these three. I'm going to use all of them at once. One thing with cream cakes, if you mixed properly, you're going to have, as I said, an approximate number of 30 cakes. So I have 9 cups baking tins. And then I have these, though they are big, you fix in. Wait, before fixing in, we're going to first grease. And before greasing, I'm going to trust my hands. So I use this, I grease. Those who have a pastry brush, please use that. I don't have one, so I'll use that. So you grease everywhere with, just make sure everywhere is smeared, like you're smearing someone Vaseline or yourself Vaseline. And then you'll have that. This one is done. This one, I also do so, the same thing. And this. At the bottom and at the side. Whose hands are up? Trishila, again. No, not Trishila. Terry.
Unmute. Terry, unmute.
Which preservative can we put into the dough?
Which what?
Preservative. Can we put into the mixture?
We use lemon juice. What do you have? If you have,
Madam, what are you using?
what am I using to grease? To smear on these pans?
No,
I used lemon juice, a tablespoon of lemon juice.
Okay.
Madam, what are you using for greasing the tins?
I'm using Bluebird. Any margarine that you have.
Then what if you don't have the vanilla essence? Can you use the cooking oil to just add in the other mixture, or it's mandatory for vanilla? Is it essence?
Who was asking? I lost you. I went off. It was there who? James, I didn't hear your question.
I was asking that what if you don't have the vanilla essence? Can you use cooking oil as another mixture, or it's mandatory for that to use vanilla essence?
Wait, for greasing?
No, like the mixture you added in at last.
No, don't use cooking oil. Okay, it's better. Don't put anything if you don't have any flavoring. Don't put cooking oil. What's that? No, we don't use cooking oil in baking.
Okay,
Queen
happy
cakes.
unmute.
Okay, so we put in, if you have your cups, these little queen cups, you place in slowly. Mine are too big, but they'll come out. It will come out. First finish this one. You pick one, make sure it's one. Yes.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes.
Can we have the procedure and ingredients on the chat, because I joined a little bit late and the network has been poor.
Okay, Mr. Kaziwe is going to send them in the chat or in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you.
Happy, can you let us know how far you have gone?
I wrote a bit of the procedure and some ingredients.
Okay. Are you doing it practically, or you are going to do it after?
After.
Okay.
So what you do, you get a tablespoon as written on that recipe. That I think possibly that the recipes will be sent to the WhatsApp group. So 1 tablespoon. Make sure that you don't cheat. So you have this and this one. One tablespoon, like that. Then the other one, I'm going to go a bit speed. So we apply a little bit of logic to make sure this mixture is in well, because we cannot use our fingers to get it off. So you twist the spoon so that you have it off well.
Repeat one.
Okay, so now we have this.
Thank you, Master. I wanted to ask you that if I don't have margarine, that is Prestige or Blue Band, can I use any other animal fat?
Yes.
Like ghee, this ghee, the so-called omuzigo muganda?
You're going to use cooking oil. That's why some cooking oil on the whatever. Don't use ghee. Remember, ghee has a smell that it produces, so it may alter the smell of the queen cakes as it bakes. So now I'm going to hit call the baking tin to allow it settle. The hands that are up, Terry.
Terry.
Can I use butter for greasing?
Yes, you can.
Unmute.
But if I don't have those cupcake things, can I just get another metal dish and grease it and put the mixture in it?
Okay, maybe. I hope it will work. Okay, so I get my tray. Okay, so this tray, this one. Now I'm going with those for the oven. So I have this tray here, and it's one I'm going to use to sit on. I want to use, okay, let me get both of them. I'm going to use this other one. This one is for cookies, this one, and for greasing. Those who know, not greasing, sorry, grilling. So I'm going to use this other tray that is like this. So I place it inside in the middle, and I have it in like this. So the light is on because it's at 180. And this one is like this. So some people's ovens have a timer, but I'm going to use my own timer. So I place it quickly because we've already had it preheated. So I have it there. This one there, it's hot, but you be careful not to knock your hand on the timer. So I push it in. Let me use this for safety reasons. Have those ones in and this one here. Like that. Okay, so I close and I start timing. Make sure this cake should bake for 15 minutes. So I'm putting on my timer. I'm putting on my timer. I'm going to use the phone. Those who have timers, please use them. So 15 minutes and start. So they've started baking and we shall continue with that. Now, I'm going to move out and try. I don't have a mixtures that I could put on the stove. But this one is going to remain like this. And I prepare my table properly and pack the rest of the things that I've not used.
Remember, you must be clean.
What timer? What timer? Put an alarm of 15 minutes. 15 minutes from now, or yes?
Is it possible we see what others are having before you continue?
I think I'm done. We're just going to wait for the what? For the cakes to get ready. In the next 15 minutes, though, it's already time. But at least we have the first round ready. Okay, now flip the videos on so that we can see the way forward.
Okay, the rest have your videos on. Maria, Telly, Shannon, Patricia, Trisha, have your videos on such that we can see what you are doing, whether you have finished also having your cakes in the oven. Telepeta, you can talk as we wait for Shannon, Patricia. Okay, Susan, I want to spotlight Susan. Oh, Susan, I think, Susan, let me first give you the co-host rights and then we add you. Okay. Okay, that is good, Susan. Shannon?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, how far?
I'm putting the mixture into the cupcake holders.
Okay, is it possible to show us?
Yes.
Okay. 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 That is Shannon. Okay, let us first leave now Shannon to show us what she has.
Wait, we're making some videos.
Okay, Shannon is using that tray. It's fine as long as you have your cake inside there. Make sure you're picking 1-1 because these cups can hold to themselves.
It's not. This is your teacher. Shouldn't this one? Few people who just watch and look near.
Okay, thank you, Shannon. At least that is very good that even your sister is able to see what you are doing. Please continue. And I'm very sure she's also learning.
Okay, the approximately 10. Okay, my timer shows it's 10 minutes right now remaining for our cakes to be ready. Now, those using the stove, at 15 minutes, you're going to open that. I hope we have the charcoal on top on the cover. Put charcoal pieces on the cover. If you're using that stove, you're going to put pieces of charcoal on the cover and then have charcoal under a full stove of charcoal. And you're going to wait. Your cakes will also get ready just as they would in the oven. Okay.
Excuse me, Teacher Kazima. I would like to ask you, Teacher Namakula, something.
Okay, please go on.
Teacher Namakula, I didn't get the point well. My question was, if I want to do the other part of creaming, mixing the sugar with the Prestige, can I, if I don't have the Prestige or the Blue Band, which other part can I use? And then you told me that I can use cooking oil. Was it the, yeah.
No, I thought you were asking when, because you asked at a point when I was greasing. When I was greasing, they call it greasing. When I was smearing my what? My baking tins. So I thought you were asking, should I use cooking ghee or what? So I told you cooking oil. But that point, you need margarine only or butter. You know, butter is animal fat. Animal fat, we have, you can also check Fresh Dairy has its butter. Jessa has its butter. It's a little expensive than margarine, but butter can be used. So it's butter and margarine, nothing else. Ghee can't work. Oil can't work. Because even oil is in liquid.
Then on the point, now if I'm using now our local ovens, the charcoal stoves, I don't, how can I get about to lining up these cupcake sodas and so forth? How can I do it with the local charcoal stove?
So did you come very early to see me having my charcoal stove on?
Yes, and we also set it up very well, yes.
So what you do, you get, as you saw my muffin pan, the muffin pan was this one that had 6 parts joined together. That one cannot fit in my saucepan as I showed you. You need a bigger saucepan. But the other 3 things, you just place on the ash. Just make it sit on the ash and then close. And on top of that cover, place pieces of charcoal.
Okay,
and
I just placed on top.
And then you tie.
Okay. So it's just a matter of placing on top. I don't do anything like maybe digging some holes inside to place them there, or I just place them on top of the sun.
Yes. If you have a stand, okay, let me show you something. Now, I'm going to use an illustration of this gas cooker. If you have something like this, this part is not, but if you have a stand like this, you can have it on. But now this stand comes in when you're baking a big cake. Where you're going, okay, you find my cake pan. Let me return it.
Okay.
All right. So this is my cake pad. This one is for making bigger cakes. So if I want to put this in my saucepan, I must have a bigger one because this one is big, you can see it. So I must have something like this. I don't know, I think they buy them. It's not a must. If you're interested in having this on, please have it. If you're interested in this, just placing it, you can also. There is no fault. This ash cushions the heat that is coming in. If you were to place your pan in the sun, your cake would just burn instantly. That's why we have the charcoal dust and then the ash on top to cushion the heat and maintain it at that. Yes, right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so it's not advisable to have you checking your oven instantly, but at 10 minutes or okay, now there I think 3 minutes to go. But let me show you, because this is a fault in cake making, but just have a look at my cakes inside. There was extra heat. My oven usually has problems. That's why I use the stove, though this time I wasn't that ready to use it. So now it's the cracked. When you talk about cake cracking, the heat becomes too much because my oven, okay, now the light is on. I have those cracks. And usually when you have such cracks, people don't buy the cakes. So you must be very careful. If my cakes were to come out well, then we wouldn't have noticed this, but let's have this as a point of learning. So now what I'm going to do, I've turned, let's look at the knobs. I've reduced my heat and I've turned my heat. My heat seems to be coming from up alone. So I've put it at this point. It was here at both sides. Now I've turned it to this side down because I may find that my cake down is not ready, but at the top it is ready. Okay, so let me have this at reduced and then have the heat coming from down. And then that, and I'm going to lower. Let me have my, I'm going to lower. Now these are manual methods. On a fine oven, you don't need to worry about such. So I will lower downwards to have the heat from down move up. Let me see. Okay. So let me hope the heat will come then. From down to heat it. Okay. So I wait. Now you must also know the problem with your oven so that you can be able to solve it. I would have done this at 5 minutes remaining. Let me see. How many? So there's 1 minute and 23 seconds for my cakes. I don't know about the rest of the cakes. Baby, what do you have to say? Your hand is up.
Teacher, what I'm to say is that I can't see anything you're doing.
You can't do what?
I can't see anything that you're doing.
You can't see anything that I'm doing?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Baby, are you baking also?
No, but I'm learning.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I wanted to see whether we can spotlight you. Oh, sorry.
Okay, teacher, but it's baby yo.
Baby, yo. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, baby. Yo. Okay. Yeah. We are going to baby yo. Were you seeing Shannon?
No.
You were not seeing anyone?
I didn't see Shannon, but I saw the person in a white trouser and a blue.
Now, Shannon, like on your screen, what appears? It seems you are seeing older people baking.
Teacher, I'm only seeing a photo of you here.
Oh, okay. At the moment, we are not having any video on, but when we get the video on, you will let us know.
Okay.
Okay, so it's time. Time. But my timer, it's time. I'm going to.
Excuse me.
Tricia?
Excuse me.
Yes?
I was requesting whether I can get your number because I wanted to ask more questions about the stove thing, and I was just starting.
My number. Let me type it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Trish?
Right. So,
yes, sir.
Are you
Yes,
starting
sir.
now to bake yours?
Yes. Yeah, I
Oh.
wanted to first see the whole procedure and then start when she's like done. Yes, I've
Oh.
just started.
Okay, good. Can you show us what you are doing? Is it possible?
Okay, but I was just on the creaming method.
Okay, fine. You can show us such that also others can get inspired. What are you going to use? Oven, charcoal stove?
I have an oven, but then I also want to learn the charcoal method. So I want to do the charcoal method.
Okay, okay. Please do the charcoal method. It will be good for us.
Okay.
So let you first turn on the video and you show us. Patricia?
Okay, I want to ask that. Do you use also 15 minutes for the charcoal method?
Okay, Trish, that is very good. That is very good. Have you prepared your charcoal stove already?
No.
Okay, let me hope you are prepared.
That's what I wanted to ask her about. The charcoal setting up.
Okay. Ruth, first tell them about the charcoal setting. Yeah. Okay. She said when it comes to the charcoal.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes.
Sorry. I think, okay, you can go on. I'm sorry for interruption.
No. Ruth is okay, just because I'm not seeing the phone you are using to talk. Okay, it is okay.
I had gone off. Okay, so when you're using charcoal, you what? Light your stove properly. Make sure it has heat. And then after that, you get a saucepan, a big saucepan, or these cutaway saucepans are very thick ones that look like they're made of clay. Those ones are more durable because if you use a normal saucepan, by the time you use it for the second time, it will burst and get a hole in the middle as you bake. So what you do, you make sure you have it that way. And then you place in 3 handfuls of sand, 3 handfuls of charcoal dust, which is lusenyente, and then, or maybe senyente, and then we have ash, evu, 3 handfuls still. And then you leave it to heat as you're mixing your ingredients very fast. Here we were slow because I was talking, but it would have not taken a lot of time. So now these are rules in baking. I'm going to proceed a little faster. I'm going to read them out so that if you see your cakes reacting like that, then you're not going to wonder.
Ruth,
so I read out the rules.
Ruth?
Yes?
Is it possible we first answer these two people? Is it possible you first answer other than the Trishula?
Okay. And if Mr. Masaba in or you, after that, maybe help send my number to the in that for those who want help. We are moving because of that chat. Okay, Agatha.
Okay, madam, I wanted to ask, like, I'm not seeing anything on your screen and I also want to see the charcoal method.
The charcoal method, we already did it in the beginning. I don't know how I'm going to repeat it.
Okay. Ruth, maybe I request, maybe you take us out again and you just show us slightly.
Finished baking, have your cakes on that tray and let them cool. For those using charcoal method, you use 15 minutes and check your cake, and then have a toothpick. Then prick the toothpick through your cake to see if it's ready. If it's not, leave it for just 2 more minutes. You'll be able to estimate the right method. So the rules of making cakes, as I was saying, we first, as I get to my stove, we first, let me see where they want to get the rules so that when you make that mistake, you're able to know. I see where are those rules. So when you have finishing a baked cake, okay, continuation. Okay, the reasons for common faults in cake making are closed texture. It's caused due to insufficient raising agent. Then the oven was too slow. And then we have insufficient cooking. Then the mixture was also wet. Then a coarse open texture. There was uneven mixing and too much raising agent used. A sunken cake is used, it's caused due to excessive raising agent, resulting in too overstretching and collapsing. Too slow and oven or under baking still. And then badly shaped cake is caused due to careless filling of the cake tin. I think that one was not done well because I was rushing due to time. And wrong consistency of the fluffy dough, uneven lining of the cake tin, then cracked top or picked cakes, as you saw Max also. Too hot an oven, too much baking flour used, too little liquid used, making the mixture hard. Too small a baked, and then a dry cake, insufficient liquid, too much mixing agent, those are the eggs used, and too much flour used. Uneven rising, there are very many, a burnt cake, a raw cake, a hard or sugary speckled cake. Those are the common faults that are made. So you have to follow instructions as you're baking. So you use the most suitable. And if your oven does not work, then it would be better you use a what? You use the charcoal stove, which is more effective. So follow me to the charcoal. As I said, okay. So my charcoal stove is this one. I already mixed in.
Baby, I hope you are seeing.
I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I had sand under here. Sand.
I can now see, but
sand.
It's not clear.
Are you seeing the sand? The sand is this one down. And then those are 3 handfuls. I just put like this, and I placed 3 handfuls of sand, and then I placed 3 handfuls of the senyente, this one. Though mine has a bit of charcoal, and I had the ash, which is blue, Namakula, 3 handfuls. So my sand is like sand. Don't use the sand that looks like cement. Let's use the sand that has these particles, dash, dash, then and then the what? Yes. So I said after from another stove and then you place on top and have the inside. Okay, so we move back in, then I conclude. Let's have a video stop.
Let me ask, it was. Agatha, ask. Agatha?
Okay, like Madam, I was asking, what is lucenyente?
Charcoal dust. Do you know charcoal dust?
Yeah.
Yes, that is the lucenyente.
Thank you.
Okay, Favor, are you baking? And Ellie?
Pardon?
Favor, are you baking?
Yes.
Oh, Favor, can you show us also? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Favor, what are you saying? It is possible? Okay, as we wait for Favor, Elio, are you also baking? Shannon, we are coming back to you to show us your progress, and Patricia. Elio, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm baking.
Okay, also you are going to show us. Yes, Ambrose?
Me, I'm not baking, but I just wanted to know, does it take also 15 minutes using a charcoal stove as the electric stove, the oven?
Okay, as I said, for a stove, 15 minutes, yes. And once those 15 minutes clock, you, okay, first check at 10 minutes to see if your cake is progressing well. And then 15 minutes clock, the what? Pricking a toothpick, what do you do? Okay, after pricking a toothpick, you take them out. If the toothpick comes out dry, you just pick out your oven with your kitchen gloves or a towel, a clean kitchen towel, and yeah, your cakes will be done. So you continue filling this mixture in your muffin pans, and that's it. So I'm done with the first one, hoping I'm going to have better queen cakes than these ones. My oven overheated up, I overtalked, and it's over. But in normal sense, it has to have this color. They call it
okay, let me first go to
golden
you.
brown. Which one is it? Okay, the golden brown. A golden brown is this. Your queen cake will be looking like this. Like this. That's how your queen cake is supposed to be looking, with a smooth heap. And mine overcracked. Now this one is a fault. So when people are selling cakes, or when even you yourself would love to sell, because if you become perfect in baking, you cannot just start baking once and you get customers and you start selling. There are always these faults that are made. Since I overtalked and I was instructing, my oven overheated. So this was what happened. Crack in two, which we call in food and nutrition too hot an oven. So this is not sold because customers won't buy it. Overheat and it's whatever. So you just eat it if you are to eat it. And then the rest overcracked. The good thing they didn't get burnt. So now, what is your strategy after having such a mistake, or for you if you have the best of it? You have this on here to cool. on the tray to cool. I'm going to put them on this other tray. On this other tray. I don't know. You can get any other place to put them, but it would have been better to have also aeration from below for it. So on this tray, I'll place them so that I have the baking continue. So any questions, because our time is up? Any questions?
We are going to, we want to go to Ariel instant to show us what he has. And then we shall go to Patricia, we shall go to Shannon, we shall go to Susan, Favor, and then we see how their product came out.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so we start with Ariel. Okay, Ariel is off. Shannon. Shannon, is your product ready?
It's not yet ready.
It's not ready, okay. Okay, we'll give you some time. Then Susan. Susan.
Almost ready. Remaining with 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. Patricia.
Not yet ready. 9 minutes and 31 minutes. 31 seconds.
Okay, 9 minutes. Who else? Who else is baking such that you can show us what you have come up with? Okay. So I think we need to wait for them for about 5 minutes. Those who may have any questions, let's use this time to ask those questions. In case you have any question, raise up your hand and then our teacher responds. Yes, raise up your hand. Even if it might, okay. The first one is there, Ruth.
Excuse me, when will we learn to make icing sugar?
Okay. Ruth, just
Icing.
making icing sugar or icing something.
Okay, if that hand is the only one, let's talk about icing sugar. That's and the creamy one, icing and icing sugar. When you go to any, I said a supermarket, okay, there are those shops that sell cakes and also things used in baking, like Kabu supermarket, all those branches of Kabu. And okay, for me, I took mine from Christine Eggs in Chirika there. So Eggs at Christine also sells baking stuff. So what you do, you're going to mix margarine and icing sugar. There is a type of sugar called you cream color of mixture of margarine and icing sugar, and then you put in a little bit of your food color. If you want a pink mixture, then use red. If you want a dark pink mixture, use red. If you want a light pink mixture, use pink. Put in very little, just like 2 pinches of that food color, the powdered food color. The powdered food color, so that you have what? Your icing sugar. I think that needs illustration, but please go on and research and see how icing sugar is made, how cakes are iced. I cannot talk about all that right now, but I know how to do it. So you also need the nozzles for icing, and then you put in the. But the basics are using margarine and what? And icing sugar, plus a flavoring and a food color, depending on the type of icing sugar you want. So if you want the hard icing, the very one that the hard one that people don't like, that one is royal icing. You use an egg yolk, and you also use icing sugar, but that one has gone out of brand. People no longer like it. So we now have the buttercream icing, which is cream, that creamy icing that everyone likes. It's the one that I've told you of margarine and icing sugar. Same measurements, 250 grams of margarine. And then you can also have, I think, icing sugar you pour in your estimated. You estimate, you don't pour in a lot, as long as your mixture is whitish and can be now smeared on. Yes, Felisa, I think I've tried to answer you. That needs more research to perfect. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Ruth. Any other question? Any other person with a question? Okay, Shannon, are we almost, okay, yes, Anne?
Me, I've liked the cake, how I wish it was here. Wow. Shari said nothing at me.
Okay, and I think you can save this. If you are not very far, you can pay this to Ruth. Probably she can share.
Which one?
Okay, this around Kampala. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, and we are going to send the recipe such that you can try out using the materials you have.
So you know, this is Leah you met in town.
Okay, and I was saying we shall send those materials you need, and maybe you try out at home.
But have you known me?
Yes, you are Anne.
Teacher?
Teacher.
Yes, Susan.
I'm done. Mine is done.
Okay, Susan, have your video on. So we are going to visit Susan. Let me hope Shannon is almost there.
This is how mine have come out.
Okay. Thank you. That is very good. I don't know what you can say.
Yeah, they've all cracked, but the heat was too much.
The heat was too much.
Yes.
Okay, which temperature?
I doesn't show the temperature. You just have to moderate it by yourself.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, but at least that is good. That is good. And hope they are ready.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I think also you can visit Susan. Susan, you will take some good photos. I don't know whether you're on the WhatsApp group. Susan, are you in the WhatsApp group? Susan, unmute.
I'm not.
You are not. You are not any. I don't know how you can send us some photos. You take some photos.
I'll try.
Okay. Thank you. That is Susan. Shannon. I want to ask Shannon.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, how are yours?
So they're still cooking, but almost like 5 more minutes.
Like more 5 minutes. Okay. Then James.
So I didn't bake, but I'm just requesting those people who practice to send us some pics of their products.
Okay. Ruth, let me hope you are going to share with us some also.
Okay. I'm going to share the right one. Even get my gallery, and then I show how a normal one should look like. It seems most of us were not, because we delayed. The problem is that I delayed talking. So people's back, and apologies for that. But let us hope so.
Okay, Susan, you have a question?
Let us hope.
Okay, I don't know that Ruth, you can share with us a simple recipe. We are waiting for Shannon. Any other person who has finished Perpetua?
No, sure.
Teacher, for me, I didn't bake, but I have been following everything. I'll bake with time.
Okay, okay. Yes, Susan, do you have a question? Do you have anything?
No.
Okay. Ruth, can you give us a simple recipe? Because I know very soon we are going back to school and we may need to take some things, some edibles at school. Can you give us a simple recipe for maybe daddies or another thing that people can try out?
Okay, for daddies. Anything.
Yeah, people can make, you see the one you see that they can take at school.
Okay, I'm going to type and send on the, and ask you to send on the WhatsApp group because I made daddy sometime back.
Okay. Okay, I don't know whether Shannon.
Then for cookies.
Okay, maybe for cookies.
Okay, for cookies, there is something that makes cookies hard. They almost have the same recipe, the same requirements as what? As the cake, the queen cakes. But for these cookies have a little more sugar, as if the sugar is the same. I think I've taken long without baking these two things, the daddies, frying the daddies and then baking them. But according to me, I'm better in baking cookies than even the cakes. But I'm going to type them and send on the WhatsApp group for those who would love to have them.
Okay. Okay, Ruth. Patricia, your hand was up.
Okay, mine has taken more than 15, but it's not yet ready.
What are you using, Patricia?
The charcoal method.
Oh, Patricia, first have your video on and you show us. Have your video on and you show us at least how your method is working. Okay, let me spotlight you. Okay. Okay. Keep on
Patricia, get a towel and first lift off an IC. Lift off the cover. Aren't they ready? Yeah, they are ready. Even the one in the middle is getting burned. That's a nice. Wait, no, they are not, eh? It's wet. Okay.
So, but
now
they are not yet.
you blow that chocolate. If they are not, because when she was picking out the toothpick, I saw the dough sticking on the toothpick. But what she's going to do, Patricia, you're going to add more charcoal at the top than at the bottom. You're going to add more charcoal at the top. And then keep blowing. You know, this that charcoal can also die out. So you blow off the ash. You just keep blowing off the ash, blowing it off. Yes. So that cake, there is a queen cake that's in the middle that is disadvantaged. I see it getting burnt. I don't know what you're going to do about it, but that is good, Patricia. So any other questions? Time is almost getting done. I think even it's up by 47 minutes, but I think we can leave. If you're finished your first round, continue filling in the second round. Reduce the heat. I hope we didn't switch off the oven. Reduce the heat with reduced heat. Yes, Jen?
Madam,
yes,
is
please.
this our last lesson? Is this our last lesson, or we have any other lesson?
It's our last lesson for this holiday. It's our last lesson for this holiday. Next holiday we'll have, and on and on and on. Maybe if I'm wrong, Mr. Kaziwa, please supplement. Then Desire.
Desire, unmute.
Madam, since it's the last lesson, can you please open the chat?
Okay, Desire, like Ruth has said, it is the last lesson. However, next week we shall have some few activities for the people who would be still at home. One activity before you go back home, like I think we have notes, before the holiday ends completely, we usually get some people to talk to us. So on Monday at 2, we have invited one of the psychologists that is going to talk to us on how we can achieve the academic success, how to deal with stress and so on, such things. So we are going to, I think today or tomorrow, you'll be seeing a message on the WhatsApp group. So that's one of the activities we are going to do. Another activity, Uganda Information and Communication Technology Institute also wants us to do a simple ICT certificate before we go back to school. Most of people who are not going this week. Yes, that certificate can take us about, to do it, it only requires us 3 to 4 days to complete it, and then you get that certificate. So still today or tomorrow, we are going to communicate, and we shall have like a form that we shall fill. And then for you can do it in your free time. You sit home, you teach yourself, you answer the questions, something like that. It is something very easy, of which we want everyone to do. And I think in August, the Institute will be holding their graduation ceremony, and we shall call all those who will be around to come and also be part of that graduation ceremony. Okay, Agatha? Agatha, unmute.
Okay, so I was asking, the teachers told us that we are going to have activities of integration, but they didn't give us.
Oh, Agatha, which subjects?
As if all.
Oh, okay, Agatha, you are in which class?
I'm in senior 2B.
Senior 2B, okay, don't worry. You'll send me some texts as a reminder. Then those who are still around, next week we can be doing some before we go back.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'm waiting on Patricia and Shannon. Or Shannon, is Shannon off? Seems Shannon is off. Patricia? Patricia? Patricia, just unmute a bit because I want you to share with us some photos. Ruth, let me hope you have Shannon's number.
Okay. I don't have Shannon's number actually. I don't know which class she's in.
Okay, she's in senior 2, but maybe we shall look for her. Patricia?
Yes.
Yes, Patricia, are you on the WhatsApp group?
Yes.
Okay, Patricia, I want you to take for us some photos of the charcoal stove method and even to show us your products.
Okay.
Yeah, in case the group is closed, then you can inbox me.
Okay, so your number.
My number, let me just put it in chat. Let me hope, Ruth, you gave people your number. They wanted to ask some questions, but we are going to share it, Ruth, if you don't mind.
Okay.
We shall share it on the WhatsApp group such that people can contact you to get more information. Patricia, I've sent the number in the chat. Then lastly, Babyo. Babyo.
Teacher, I just want to know how I can join the WhatsApp group.
Oh, which class are you?
Senior 2.
Senior 2. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing a link in the chat such that you can join. Have you seen the link?
Let me see.
It's in the chat. Hope you have seen. Okay, yes. Okay, now it is okay. Now allow me to join me to thank Ruth for the wonderful lesson. Ruth, we really appreciate all the efforts and thank you so much.
We have now.
Thank you so much, Ruth, for the lesson. You have really taught us how to make cakes, and I think people are going to share their products. Thank you so much. Okay, unless Ruth, you have any closing remarks you want to give us before we leave? Hey, Namakula, please, thank you so much. Ruth, let Namakula just say hi.
Hi everyone, my name is Namakula Isaac Muganwa, and I'm in senior 1.
Okay, thank you so much, Namakula. He has been the cameraman, so that gentleman behind the camera, we really appreciate the work you have done. Ruth, anything else before we go off? Okay, wait. Finally, she's here. Oh, okay, minutes. Okay, Patricia. Yeah?
Are they ready? I also don't get the camera.
Patricia,
at my side, as if it's better than mine. Let me see how
Patricia,
Patricia.
Patricia, don't remove.
Patricia, which flavor did you use?
I used strawberry.
Oh, that's why I was wondering why the cakes are pink. Okay, so I think this one, there is this, Kati, there is that other cake you've added. Now, the first cake on that line, This one has that golden brown. It should have a golden brown top. Let me hope that toothpick is coming out dry, so that you don't remove dry wet. It's dry, very good. So now don't eat. Another thing that we have to note, we don't eat a cake when it's hot. That one will burn you and you'll what? You'll regret. Sorry about that. Another other hands are up. There are 4 minutes to 5, and I would love to get quickly. Terry, unmute. Okay. Terry, you're not unmuted.
Okay. Okay, Ted is not. Okay, maybe Patricia, I'm going to ask you, take for us a photo when they're still in that saucepan on the charcoal stove also.
I was asking, how many minutes should the cake be in the oven?
$15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, Ruth, your last word before we close.
Okay, I think that is it. People should continue baking until their mixtures are done. So those are using charcoal, keep adding charcoal and follow up your stoves. And then those using the oven, try to maintain your oven well. I think that is all. I do baking as my hobby. I love baking, though I want to be a cardiologist when I grow up, but it's one thing that I love doing. Yes, and the one on camera loves ICT, has some experience also in it, though he also wants to be an automobile engineer. And Suzanne, lastly, I think that is it from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ruth.
I had to talk to the teacher. I was trying to tell him that the group doesn't allow us to send messages, only allows the admin.
Oh, which group are you in? Which group are you in?
I'm saying S2B.
S2B, eh?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Let me open it. Let me open it in case it is closed. Ruth, I have opened it. It is open now. Okay, okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Susan, something? Okay, okay. Thank you, everyone. We shall meet on Monday, and we want to wish you, all those people are going back to school tomorrow, Sunday. We want to wish you a good time. We shall always keep in touch whenever you come back in holidays. And those who are in senior 4, we shall have a mathematics seminar online on the 1st of July for O level, and then on the 8th of July for A level. Thank you so much. And we want to wish you a good evening. Agatha, say something before we close. Agatha?
Okay, so for me, I just want to thank those people who have been patient, even though they don't offer FN like some of us. Bambi, we started when we are 70, but right now we are only 19. Bambi, thank you so much for being patient. For me, I'm an NFT offerer. That's why I'm still in the lesson.
Okay, thank you so much. Babyo?
Teacher, me, I just want to say thanks for the lesson. I've learned a lot. I also offer NFT like Tasha. And everyone, bye.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for attending. Feel free to unmute and say bye-bye. And please, I think, Ruth is also a student like you. She's in senior 3, and we are happy to have her. Thank you so much, Ruth. We are really very grateful. She's our teacher.
People from St. Teresa's Namagunga.
Yes, Marina?
You guys, bye.
Okay, bye.
Excuse me,
Bridget,
teacher.
Bridget, my basha, I see you maintain.
Excuse me,